Welcome to Doggy for Life, your go-to destination for everything about dogs, their behavior, emotions, and the hidden messages they try to communicate with us. In this video, we're diving into an emotional but often overlooked topic, the silent ways your dog shows it's upset with you. Most pet owners don't realize that dogs have their own way of expressing disappointment, emotional hurt, and even anger. Understanding these signals is not only important for your dog's well-being, but also crucial for building a stronger bond between you and your loyal companion. If you're someone who truly wants to understand your furry friend better, this video is for you. Subscribe my channel if you like the video, and let's get into it. Number 10. Avoiding eye contact. One of the first and most subtle signs your dog may give when it's upset is the refusal to make eye contact. Dogs naturally seek eye contact with their humans to show affection, trust, and emotional connection. But when they feel hurt, maybe you shouted at them, left them alone too long, or broke a routine they rely on, they may start turning their head away or looking down instead of into your eyes. This isn't about fear or guilt, it's about emotional disconnection. Eye contact, in the dog world, is a bond builder. When they break that visual link, it's their way of telling you something's off. Number 9. Turning their back on you. When your dog deliberately turns its back to you, especially in moments where it would normally be playful or attentive, it's not just ignoring you, it's sending a powerful message of emotional withdrawal. This behavior usually follows actions that the dog perceived as unfair or emotionally uncomfortable, like being scolded too harshly or not receiving the attention they expected. Dogs are social animals. By nature, they face the things they care about. So when they choose to face away from you, sit with their back turned, or walk into another room when you call them, they are expressing that they are upset. It may seem passive, but it's actually their version of protest. Calm, controlled, and unmistakable if you're paying attention. Number 8. Refusing food or treats. Dogs refusing food is always concerning, but if it's happening right after a negative interaction with you, it might not be a physical issue, it could be emotional. If your dog normally rushes to eat treats and suddenly starts ignoring them, it's a signal that something has disturbed their emotional balance. Unlike humans, dogs don't use words to express feelings, but they absolutely use behavior, and food is often at the center of that communication. Food refusal after conflict can be a sign that the dog is hurt, confused, or simply not in a state of emotional peace. It's a form of silent protest and sometimes even emotional withdrawal. If this happens, avoid forcing food and instead offer gentle affection and reassurance. Emotional healing, just like physical, takes time and patience. Subscribe my channel if you like the video, and you'll keep learning how to interpret these subtle but important signs. Number 7. Sleeping excessively or withdrawing. While dogs love their naps, an unusual increase in sleeping or hiding can be a sign that your dog is upset or emotionally overwhelmed. If your dog starts spending more time under furniture, in corners, or away from people after a tense interaction or long period of neglect, that behavior should not be ignored. It's often their way of coping with emotional discomfort or disappointment. Withdrawal in dogs isn't about being lazy or tired, it's emotional self-protection. Dogs that are hurt may isolate themselves, not because they want to be alone, but because they feel emotionally unsafe. This is especially true for sensitive breeds that are closely bonded with their owners. Recognizing this pattern early allows you to repair the emotional rift before it turns into long-term behavioral changes. Number 6. Whining or low growling. Vocal signals like soft whining or low growling are ways your dog communicates discomfort or displeasure. These aren't random sounds, they carry emotion. A dog that's upset may whine in a quiet, repetitive manner while pacing around or sitting near you. This behavior is usually a combination of stress, confusion, and a desire for reconnection. Low growling, on the other hand, is more of a boundary signal. It doesn't always mean aggression. In fact, when coming from an otherwise well-behaved dog, it's often their way of saying, "I'm not okay with this." Pay close attention when these sounds appear out of context, especially if they follow discipline or routine changes. Emotional validation goes a long way in rebuilding trust. Number 5. Ignoring commands. If your dog is well-trained but suddenly starts ignoring basic commands, don't rush to assume it's being disobedient. This kind of behavior often signals emotional conflict. Dogs that are upset or feel emotionally distant may deliberately ignore commands as a passive way of pushing back or setting a boundary. It's not stubbornness, it's emotional protest. When a dog chooses to ignore you, it's showing you that something inside them is unsettled. The best response isn't more strictness, but a shift in tone, body language, and energy. Rebuild emotional connection first, and obedience will naturally return. Subscribe my channel if you like the video, because understanding these behaviors can make you a much better pet parent. Number 4. Hiding or seeking distance. When a dog goes into hiding, under a bed, behind a couch, or in the far corner of a room, it's often a strong sign of emotional distress. Unlike play hiding, this type of withdrawal is consistent, prolonged, and usually follows an emotional trigger such as an argument, loud noise, or neglectful behavior from their owner. This hiding behavior is self-preservation. Dogs don't understand context like humans do. If they feel rejected, scolded, or punished unfairly, they seek comfort in distance. This is their way of managing emotional pain. It's crucial to give them time, avoid forcing interaction, and slowly rebuild that sense of emotional safety and trust. Number 3. Destructive behavior. A dog that's suddenly chewing furniture, scratching doors, or destroying household items may not just be bored, it may be upset. Destructive behavior is often rooted in emotional frustration, especially in dogs that are usually calm or well-behaved. This behavior can come after being left alone for too long, being ignored, or after punishment that the dog didn't understand. This is your dog's cry for attention. It's messy and often expensive, but underneath the surface is a need for reassurance, structure, and emotional stability. Destructive behavior is rarely random. It's communication in its most dramatic form. In many cases, this behavior reflects a deeper sense of insecurity or anxiety. A dog that chews through walls or rips up cushions isn't trying to be spiteful. They're expressing internal distress the only way they know how. Just as a child might act out when they feel neglected or overwhelmed, dogs release pent-up emotions through physical actions. The destruction is not the problem itself. It's a symptom of an unmet emotional need. Understanding this helps shift the response from punishment to compassion. Instead of reacting with frustration, it's more effective to look for the root cause. Has your dog been getting enough exercise? Are they receiving enough attention, mental stimulation, or consistency in their day? Meeting these needs proactively can help reduce destructive tendencies, replacing chaos with calm, and rebuilding trust where it may have been shaken. Number 2. Tail and body language changes. Dogs speak through their bodies more than their mouths, and a low, stiff, or tucked tail is one of the most powerful signs that something's wrong emotionally. If your dog is holding their tail differently than usual, lower, unmoving, or tucked between the legs, it's likely experiencing fear, anxiety, or sadness. You might also see changes in posture, lowered head, ears pulled back, slow movements. These are not physical symptoms but emotional expressions. Dogs that once greeted you with excitement may now hesitate or keep their distance. Understanding this silent language is essential for emotional repair and rebuilding connection. Number 1. Loss of affection or avoiding touch. Perhaps the most painful sign of all is when your dog stops seeking out your affection. If they used to sleep by your side, rest their head on your lap, or greet you with full body wags, and now they don't, it's not just fatigue. It's emotional withdrawal. When dogs are hurt, they often pull back physically. They may avoid your touch, walk away when you approach, or stop responding to petting or cuddles. It's heartbreaking, but it's also an opportunity. By recognizing this change and responding with patience, gentleness, and routine affection, you can slowly earn back their trust. Remember, trust takes time to build but seconds to damage, and rebuilding it is part of being a responsible dog owner. Dogs don't lie. Their behaviors, even the smallest ones, always carry meaning. If your dog is showing any of these signs, take it as a wake-up call, not for guilt, but for growth. Repairing emotional damage in dogs is possible, but it takes awareness, kindness, and consistency. Subscribe my channel if you like the video, and stay connected with Doggy4Life for more deep dives into dog behavior, care tips, and how to truly understand your canine companion. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to treat your dog with the same love they unconditionally give you.